Sorry, do we have a Spanish interpreter on?
Yes, Your Honor. Pedro Davis here on standby. There doesn't appear to be any Spanish speakers on this evening's list, however.
Yeah, thank you. I was just wanted to confirm you were actually on. Joe, can you confirm we don't have any Spanish language defendants?
One, Your Honor.
Which one?
We have one, Flores Victor.
Okay, so he's actually a Spanish. Okay.
Okay,
All right.
I'll stand by.
All right. Thank you very much. All right. All right. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Uh, Sean Michael Stevens, August 26, 1990.
One second. Stevens. Sorry, sir. I'm taking these things out of order. All right. And I'm sorry, what was your birthday again?
August 26, 1990.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Stevens. Good evening. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen this evening based on charges of domestic violence disorderly conduct and domestic violence assault allegedly occurring earlier today. Just to remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm just going to take a look here at the pretrial services report for you so I can get a little bit more information for you. All right, just stand by for 1 minute. All right, Mr. Stevens, do you have somewhere else you can live besides I'm assuming you live with the alleged victim, Monique?
Um, I can stay with my mom if necessary.
Okay. All right. Fortunately, her input couldn't be received this evening, so I have to err on the cautious side. Don't believe you're being held on anything else. So what I'm going to do is set a hearing for you in front of Judge Renee Garza at the Pima County Justice Court. You know where that is, sir?
Downtown, right?
It's in downtown Tucson on North Stone Avenue. If I release you from custody, will you promise me you'll appear at the hearing on the 25th?
I do.
And I'll release you on your promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, and that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim, to include going to where she lives. If you have any personal belongings at the residence that you need to collect, I will allow you to return one time with a police escort. So the way you'll do that is by contacting law enforcement. You can call 311, the non-emergency line, arrange for police to be with you, gather your belongings, and then leave with them. You're not allowed to go back to the residence otherwise. Do you understand?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'll release you on all those conditions. Again, your hearing is going to be on November 25th at 10:30 in the morning at the Justice Court. You'll receive a copy of the order. Please make sure and attend that hearing and abide by all these conditions. Otherwise, a warrant could issue for your arrest. Understand?
Yes.
All right. That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.
Thank you.
Back out the door down.
All right. For defense counsel, present, we have Mr. I believe it's Thurston, who has refused this evening. Is that correct, Jail?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Um, and I believe we also have Mr. Spensley. For these gentlemen, I believe Mr. Thurston is already on a hold, though one of his cases was, I think, set to be dismissed. So, as far as proceeding, you can tell me if there's some way for you to waive their presence. We can certainly proceed with them. Otherwise, I'm going to continue both matters to the morning in order that they be transported by all reasonable means. And I'm sorry, again, that is Mr.
So,
Thurston and Mr. Spenceley.
so for Mr. Thurston, it looks like there's a probation hold. I honestly, I'm not sure if I am allowed to waive like their presence from like without hearing their input. But if I can, then at least for Mr. Thurston, I feel like we can go ahead with that since he does have the probation hold. Um, so regardless of whatever you order, he would still be held. Uh, as for Mr. Spenceley, um, I'm really not sure. I guess we can go ahead with that one as well, or we can continue it.
Well,
I'll leave it up to what the court feels is best.
so let me just make sure I'm clear with the county attorney's office on Mr. Thurston. We'll just deal with that one first, since it seems to be a little bit easier. He's pending on two different matters. The first would be a warrant, and the second is a new interim complaint. But I see there's a I'm sorry, on both of those, you're requesting a warrant, or I'm sorry, a bond amount and no status report. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor. On the new interim complaint, I'm the supervisor of the program. He previously failed out, so I'm rejecting him from that program. So on the warrant, arraignment gets set, and then just the standard PH date on the new interim.
Your hands on your pen.
My grind's a pain. You guys make co-conspiring on top of my grind.
All right. And he's currently being held on a probation violation. Just give me 1 second, please, gentlemen. All right. Well, I don't want to force defense counsel into a position that they might not feel appropriate. I mean, Mr. Thurston is, I believe, going to be held on.
Judge, he waived his appearance. He refused court. So whether defense counsel,
Well, I'm just, and I'm sorry, just to clarify with the jail, did he refuse this morning or this evening, both? And
Both, Your Honor.
okay, all right. Give me 1 second. On Mr. Thurston, reviewed all the materials. Defense, do you want to make an argument as to what, if any, conditions of release should be set? He is, again, pending that hold.
Yes, Judge. Give me 1 second, please.
Sure.
I'll get bigger. This,
Yes, Judge. So seems that we're on Mr. Thurston, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Seems that Mr. Thurston is unemployed and homeless. It does seem like he has family support of his mom. Actually, sorry, my mistake. He's not homeless. He has a home. His mom has verified the address. He is unemployed. And he also has family support of his mom for purposes of mailing, transportation, etc. I understand that the state pointed out that he has previously dropped out of steps, but this is still just a. I believe that this is also narcotic and drugs, or drug possession and paraphernalia. So we asked the court to release Mr. To pretrial services.
Well, given that he's on a probation hold, I do.
Oh, right.
I don't want him to lose the ability to earn time credit. I'm going to impose a $500 cash and secured bond and order
Right.
pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. I'm going to set the preliminary hearing for the 25th at 1:30 in the afternoon. And on the warrant amounts, I believe the warrant requested.
I believe it's $500 as well. So I'd only ask, I forgot about the probational, but I'd only ask that the warrant and the other bond be concurrent if possible.
They can't be
I don't believe
concurrent.
I
They're
can
in
do
different
that. Thank you very
stages.
much, Mr. Goodman. I don't believe I can do that since they're applying to two separate cases.
Okay.
So I will be $500 cash secured. His arraignment date will be November the 21st at 1:30. And on Mr. Spenceley, oh, there's this one. All right, I believe Mr. Spenceley likewise refused this morning and this evening, so find that he has waived his presence. I reviewed the interim complaint that was signed by Judge Hale, as well as the pretrial services report for Mr. Spenceley. I did note his age, that he has no other statuses or holds. He was rated a 4 and a 2 on the NCAA and FTA scales. I do see that there was victim input provided, and he has only one historical felony from 1978. State's recommendation is $50,000 bond plus pretrial services supervision. Anything else to add from the state?
I would just note, I don't know, the court, have you received the Form 4C, Judge?
Yes, all the way at the back. Yep, I've seen it.
Okay. So the state's recommending the higher bond, given the results of the Form 4C, the victim input, the lethality behind these types of cases, and quite frankly, as the pretrial report noted, he was uncooperative, couldn't be interviewed, and also is now refusing court. So the state has some concerns with being able to comply with conditions if he is released.
Thank you. Defense.
Yes, Judge. As you noted, I'll also note Mr. Spenceley's age. He's 65 years old. His only prior is from 1978. He's a level 1. I understand the nature of the offense and the victim's input, but given his age, the level presumptive conditions level, and lack of criminal history, we'd ask the court to set Mr. Spenceley's bond at no more than $10,000.
Thank you. And I apologize, but I didn't note that the Form 4C indicated a high risk per the victims, the alleged victims' answers. So I do find there to be a risk to their safety as well as potential flight risk, given the severity and the nature of the offenses charged. I'll set the bond at $30,000 cash or secured, order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted. Additional conditions will be listed in the order. The preliminary hearing, will be set for November the 25th at 1:30 in the afternoon. All right. That should put us back on track with the next defendant.
Yeah, can I report this guy for being just fucking rude, dude? He knows I'm psychotic and he jumps on me just to. In fact, I'll be seeing you guys later with the. Fucking nigga. Yeah, hello, thank you.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full
Yes,
name
sir.
and date of birth?
Carl. Nigga. Yeah, Carl Yoda.
I'm sorry, what's your full name and date of birth, please?
Carl Yota, and then 082786.
Thank you, Mr. Yoda. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on 2 different warrants issued for your arrest by Judge Crystal Ann Foster at the Pima County Justice Court. And this relates to a charge of failing to appear in criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. And the second involves another criminal trespass in the 3rd degree charge. And you also have a separate criminal case in the Tucson City Court, several cases, all involving criminal trespass in the 3rd degree and disorderly conduct. Just to remind you, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and on your city court matters, I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. So you will have an attorney assisting you in that matter. I'm going to set a hearing for you in that case for November the 25th at 1:45 in the afternoon. That'll be a video review hearing. So you'll be seeing Judge Cranshaw at the Tucson City Court in the same way you appear in front of me this evening. I'm going to impose a $500 cash or secured bond in order that you not contact any victims or visit any locations if bond is posted. On your misdemeanor matters, I'm sorry, on the justice court matters I just referenced, I'm going to honor the bonds as requested for $100, and I'm going to appoint an attorney to represent you. That's going to be Ms. Janet Altschuler. Her contact information will be in the paperwork you receive from this hearing. And I'm going to set a little bit more expedited hearing for you, sir. That's going to be this coming Monday, the 17th, at 1 p.m. in front of Judge Foster. All right, sir. And lastly, I'm going to advise you that in addition to the right to remain silent and right to an attorney, you have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof of your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You also have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where, again, you are presumed innocent and the state bears the burden of proving otherwise.
Okay.
However, if you fail to attend any hearings in your case, to include that trial, any hearing or trial could proceed in your absence. You could have new charges filed against you, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. In addition, if you are found guilty at a trial and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days due to your own absence, then you may lose the right to appeal that conviction. And with that, sir, that's all I have for you. You'll have your first hearing in front of Judge Foster on Monday. Your second hearing in front of Judge Cranshaw will be on the 25th. Thank you very much. You're excused.
So what's going on? What's the situation?
You're gonna let's go.
Okay. I got some fucking in trouble.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Marisa Bianca Ponte, October 15th, 1988.
Good evening, Ms. Ponte. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen on charges of domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and domestic violence assault allegedly occurring earlier today. I just remind you to have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, which may be appointed to you by the court or obtained by you at your own expense. I've already taken a look at the pretrial services report for you, and I don't believe there's anything else holding you, and I don't see cause to hold you further. So I'm going to set a hearing for you on December 15th at 10 a.m. at the Tucson City Court. Do you know where that is?
I do.
If I release you, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing?
I will.
Yeah.
And I will release you on that promise. Set that hearing. You'll be in front of Judge Hale in order that you not commit any additional acts of any acts of domestic violence, and that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. Lastly, I do need to advise you, in addition to the right to remain silent, and in addition to the right to counsel, you also have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt of your guilt. You also have the right to attend all hearings in your case and to include a trial. However, if you fail to attend any hearing or a trial in this case, those matters could proceed in your absence. New charges could be filed against you, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days due to your own absence, then you may lose the right to appeal that conviction. You understand all that?
Yes.
Okay. And that's all I have for you, ma'am. You'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and attend all your hearings, and good luck.
Thank you.
Back out the door really quick. Jason.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jason Patrick Copeland,
Mr. Copeland,
6/19/2000.
thank you. Mr. Copeland, good evening. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on charges of misdemeanor domestic violence assault and misdemeanor domestic violence disorderly conduct, both allegedly occurring earlier today. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you, okay? I took a look at your pretrial services report earlier, and I don't believe there's anything else holding you in custody, though there is a notation that you may be on probation in a Pima County Superior Court case. So, Mr. Copeland, I'm going to set a hearing for you on December the 16th at 1:30 in the afternoon in the Tucson City Court.
Okay.
If I release you from custody, will you promise me you'll appear at that hearing?
Yes.
All right. And I will release you on your promise. I'm going to set that hearing. That'll be in front of Judge Wendy Million at the Tucson City Court in downtown Tucson. That hearing is going to be an arraignment. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not commit any acts of domestic violence, and that you not have any contact of any kind with the alleged victim. Lastly, I'm going to order that you contact your assigned probation officer in that Superior Court case and that'll be within 2 business days of your release. So by Tuesday.
Okay.
All right, sir. You're going to be released later this evening. Please make sure and abide by all the conditions, and good luck. Thank you.
The door downstairs. Cordova. I'm ready to serve up. Sit right there.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Delta Bravo Joe Cordova 0102-1975.
Thank you, Mr. Cordova. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening, based on charges of misdemeanor criminal trespass in the 3rd degree, disorderly conduct, and obstruction of justice for refusing to give true name. Remind you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I'm going to take a look here. I don't believe you're being held on any other matter. So, sir, I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Jake Franshaw at the Tucson City Court. That hearing is going to be on November the 21st at 2 p.m. If I release you from custody, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing?
Can we make that another day, Your Honor? I believe I have a court date on that day. We can look that up, but I believe I'm scheduled to be in court on November 21st. That should be next Friday, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. I'm sorry, just confirm with the clerk that your other court case is being consolidated with this one. So all hearings will be here on the same day. Understand?
Okay. Yep.
Okay. Back to my original question. If I release from custody, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing on the 25th?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Then I'm going to release you on your promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not have any contact of any kind with any alleged victim, to include going to where they work or live. I am consolidating this case with your separate matter at the city court. So hopefully everything will be decided on the same day. Lastly, I'll advise you that in addition to your right to remain silent, you also have the right to an attorney, which may be appointed to you by the court or obtained at your own expense. You also have the right to be presumed innocent and have the state bear the burden of proof of your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. And lastly, you have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial, where again you are presumed innocent. However, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case, to include a trial, those matters could proceed in your absence. You could have new charges filed against you, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Lastly, if you are found guilty at a trial and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days due to your own absence, then you may lose the right to appeal that conviction. Do you understand all that, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Then that's all I have for you. You'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend your hearings, and good luck. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Dominic James Giordano, 7/21/1982.
Yes, get processed.
All right, thank you, Mr. Giordano. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here based on a warrant issued by Judge Jeffrey Close at the Tucson City Court, and these relates to charges of criminal trespass, criminal damage, assault, and disorderly conduct, allegedly occurring in September of 2023. Just a reminder, sir, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I believe this is the only matter you're being held on, so I'm going to set a hearing so that you can hopefully get this matter resolved. That'll be on December the 11th. I'm sorry, December the 11th at 2 p.m. at the Tucson City Court. If I release you from custody, sir, will you promise me you will appear at that hearing?
Absolutely, yes.
Thank you. And I will release you on your promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and that you not have any contact of any kind with any alleged victim.
Okay.
All right, sir, you'll be released later today. Please make sure and attend your hearings. Otherwise, you could end up right back in custody. You don't want that to happen.
No.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Flores.
The trooper's ready, Your Honor.
Thank you. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Buenas tardes, por favor, ¿podría darme su nombre completo y su fecha de nacimiento?
Victor Alfonso Flores is 1790, my date of birth.
Victor Alfonso Flores, 1790
Yes,
is my date of birth.
yes,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Flores, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance.
Buenas tardes, señor Flores. Esta audiencia es su lectura por comparecencia inicial.
You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant that was issued for your arrest by Judge Danell Liskey of Pima County Superior Court.
Lo estamos viendo esta tarde por orden de aprehensión emitida por la juez Danell Liskey del Tribunal Superior.
Based on a charge of unlawful flight from law enforcement from April of 2021.
Esto es basado en una acusación de darse la fuga de una agencia del orden público en patrulla en el año 21, mes de abril.
You also are being seen here based on a charges of theft of means of transportation, burglary in the third degree, and unlawful flight of law enforcement from September 7th of this year.
También lo estamos viendo por acusaciones de robo de medio de transporte, allanamiento de tercer grado y también de darse la fuga de la agencia del orden público basado en septiembre 7 de este año.
Remind you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you.
Te recuerdo que tiene usted derecho a guardar silencio. Cualquier cosa que diga podrá y será usada en contra suya.
You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you.
También tiene derecho a tener abogado en este caso. Voy a asignar a la oficina de abogados de oficio del condado Pima para que se encarguen de su defensa.
The attorney seated next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud.
El abogado sentado al lado izquierdo suyo lo representa esta tarde, así es que si tiene alguna pregunta, pregúntasela a él en voz baja en lugar de hablar en voz alta.
I've reviewed the interim complaint, the warrant, and the pretrial services report.
Ya leí la querella inicial, la orden de arresto y el informe de la Agencia de Servicios Previos al Juicio, Pretrial Services.
As well as the state's recommendations.
También la Fiscalía y la recomendación que dieron ellos.
You know, Mr. Flores was rated a 6 and a 4 on the NCAA and FDA scales.
Ahora, vemos que la puntuación del señor Flores es la 6 y la 4 en la clasificación de reincidencia y de tendencia de actos delictivos.
That the warrant appears to relate to a matter that was not refiled, but there was a supervening indictment mailed, and that he has not been arrested on this matter before.
También se ve en la orden de detención que fue una querella suplente y que no había sido arrestado o notificado en ese asunto previamente.
And he has 2 historical prior felonies from 2017 and 2018, respectively.
También se ven 2 acusaciones previas y condenas previas de delitos graves en 2017 y 2018, respectivamente.
State's recommendation was for $1,500 per the amount of the warrant and $10,000 bond plus pretrial services.
Ahora, la agencia de la Fiscalía recomienda una fianza de $1,500 por la acusación de orden de arresto y $10,000 por la acusación nueva, según la Agencia de Servicios Previos al Juicio. ¿Qué recomiendan ellos?
Anything else to add on either case from the state?
¿Algo más de parte del Estado?
Your Honor, both cases are similar in nature in that in the warrant case, a direct indictment had to be issued because he could not be arrested for, facial reasons. It's similar to the new case.
Lo que dice el señor fiscal es que ambos cargos parecen ser del mismo tipo de origen y además no pudo haber sido detenido por no haber tenido contacto o comunicación por la similitud de los 2 casos.
And given the similar circumstances of the new case, the state believes the warrant amount should be affirmed and a $10,000 bond should be set on the new complaint.
Y en vista de los datos parecidos en los 2 casos, pedimos que se afirme la fianza de los $10,000 en los 2 casos.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Es todo para mí, señor juez. Gracias.
And defense?
Yes, Judge.
¿Y la defensa qué me dice?
Can I get one moment, please?
You may.
¿Pide un momento? Sí.
Yes, Judge. So for one, as you noted, with the old case that has the warrant, Mr. Flores was never arrested. It's from 3 years ago. Per his pretrial services report, besides this new case, I don't know any criminal activity between the time of that previous case and this case. I'd like to point out that he's a lifelong resident of Tucson. He lives with his wife, who Mr. Flores has informed me that she's pregnant. He also has the family support of his sister and can live with his sister and have transportation to court if needed. And the last thing I'd like to note is that on the interim complaint on the new case, I see that he was arrested on theft of means and unlawful flight. And just in regards to the theft of means, the only thing that the interim complaint says is that the vehicle was stolen. Doesn't give any other details about that. So I just want to point that out and have the court consider that. So we would ask that Mr. Flores is released to custody, third-party custody of pretrial services, or in the alternative, a bond. If the court upholds the warrant amount, then a bond no more than $1,500 on the new case as well.
Lo que dice el abogado defensor es que se ve en el caso anterior que nunca fue detenido él, arrestado formalmente y tenía 3 años de antigüedad. En el primer informe de la Agencia de Servicios Previos a Juicios no se ven detalles de los antecedentes penales y lo que dice es que aquí se le arrestó por el caso de robo de medio de transporte y darse la fuga de la Agencia del Orden Público, pero lo único que se ve en la querella inicial es que fue un automóvil robado y ningún otro detalle aparte de eso. Lo que dice también es que el señor Flores es residente de toda su vida en Tucson, la esposa está embarazada y a la vez de eso tiene la habilidad de vivir con la hermana que tomaría custodia de él como tercero y lo llevaría ella misma a los juzgados cuando se tocara. Por último, le dice que la querella inicial dice que no tiene antecedentes desde el primer caso al caso actual. Pedimos que se le escarcele bajo la supervisión de la Agencia de Servicios previos al juicio, o si el juez se ve dispuesto a ponerle fianza, que sea una cantidad nominal, posiblemente 1,500.
Thank you. I'm going to uphold the bond requested by Judge Liskey of $1,500 for the warrant, and I'll make that cash secured.
Lo que voy a hacer es afirmar la fianza de $1,500 por la orden de detención que se emitió por la jueza Liskey, y esa será en cantidad en efectivo o garantizado por propiedad.
I'll order pretrial services supervision and monitoring if bond is posted.
Si logra depositar la fianza y salir de custodia, voy a ordenar que sea monitoreado y supervisado por la Agencia de Servicios previos al juicio, Pretrial Services.
And set the arraignment date for November the 21st at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Lo que voy a hacer es programar la audiencia de la lectura de cargos formal el día noviembre 21 a la 1:30 por la tarde.
On the separate felony, I do find there to be a risk to the community and a flight risk based on the facts as alleged, and will order a $7,500 cash or secured bond.
Ahora, por la segunda acusación, por delito grave, por verse posibilidades de riesgo de la comunidad y el riesgo de darse la fuga de nuevo, voy a imponerle fianza de $7,500.
I will order pretrial services supervision if bond is posted.
Si logra depositar la fianza, será supervisado y monitoreado por la Agencia de Servicios previos al juicio, Pretrial Services.
The preliminary hearing will be scheduled for November the 25th at 1:30 in the afternoon.
Y en esta causa, la audiencia preliminar se programa para el día 25 de noviembre a la 1:30 por la tarde.
Thank you very much, sir. That's all I have for you. You're excused.
Gracias, señores, todo lo que tengo para usted el día de hoy. Puede retirarse. Gracias.
Thank you.
And I believe that's all we need the interpreter for, so I'll excuse you for the evening. Thank you very much, sir. Appreciate your help.
Thank you, Your Honor. Appreciate it.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jacob Alcozer, 6/6/2004.
Mr. Alcozer, good evening. This is the time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a charges, I should say, of criminal damage and 3 counts of endangerment allegedly occurring earlier today. Remind you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated to your left is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I reviewed the interim complaint as well as pretrial services, the pretrial services report, and the state's recommendation. The state is recommending pretrial services release. Is that correct, Ms. Goodman?
That's correct, Your Honor. He has absolutely no criminal history.
And for the record, the pretrial services report did indicate that Mr. Alcazar is a 2 and a 1 on the NCAA scales, that he had employment and community ties verified, and he has no criminal history to speak of. Defense counsel, I'm inclined to agree with the state. Do you want to argue on the opposite?
Nothing to add, Judge.
Okay, thank you. Then I will, Mr. Alcazar, release you to the supervision of pretrial services and order that you participate in any monitoring or treatment as directed. Pretrial services is basically an organization. It's an arm of the court designed to help folks make sure they attend all hearings and comply with all conditions of release. So basically, if they call you after tonight and tell you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now I'm going to release you to their supervision. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not drive without a valid license, and that you have absolutely no contact of any kind with any alleged victim. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you'll be released later this evening. Your preliminary hearing date will be December the 5th at 1:30 in the afternoon. Please make sure and contact pretrial services upon your release and your attorneys, and stay in contact with both so that you're up to date on the next stages in your case, okay?
Yes, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Jordan Ewer, 32696.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Ewer. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a warrant issued by Judge Sue Knapp to the Pima County Superior Court based on charges of tampering with physical evidence, possession of a dangerous drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia from August of this year, as well as a new complaint of possession of a narcotic drug, and possession of drug paraphernalia allegedly occurring earlier today. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be used against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, I've reviewed the interim complaint, the warrant, and the pretrial services reports, as well as both recommendations from the state. Just a note from the pretrial services report, clears Mr. Ewer is currently on probation and has a pending probation violation in a separate felony case. He was rated a 6 and a 5 on the NCAA FTA scales. Pretrial services indicated that Mr. Ewer is steps diversion eligible, though I believe Mr. Goodman's recommendation disagrees with that. And there is a notation of 3 prior felony cases from 2017, 2023, and 2025. The latter of which is the one related to the warrant. State is recommending for the warrant to enforce the amount of the warrant of $500 requested with pretrial services supervision, and on the new felony complaint, $5,000 plus pretrial services supervision with no steps court evaluation. Anything else to add from the state?
Yes, Your Honor. So he's not being held on the probation matter. It looks like probation allowed him, I'm actually surprised by that one, to remain out of custody pending the IA on a PT, the lack of compliance. There's already a PTR. He's now incurred 2 additional cases, one being the warrant case, and then now this new interim complaint arrest. I'm familiar with Mr. Ewer because I've charged at least one of his cases and looked a lot into his history. He has a history of feigning sickness and illnesses to evade arrest and to go to the hospital and not face his matters. So given that there is no probation hold and that he incurred 2 additional cases while on probation, we would just ask for the warrant amount and then a $5,000 bond with pretrial services on the new interim complaint.
Thank you. Defense?
Yes, Judge. So as to the warrant, I'd like to point out that that case was dismissed and then it was refiled. Mr. Ewer was not aware of the refiling. In addition, he's a lifelong resident of Tucson. He lives with his mom. It's at the same address. He has the family support of his mom. And I'm slightly familiar with Mr. Ewer as well. And at court, he does have his full family show up. I've seen that in the past. And so he has more than just his mom and family support. They would definitely ensure his appearance at court. And so we'd ask that the court releases Mr. Ewer to pretrial services on both matters, if the court is inclined to uphold the warrant amount, then we'd ask that the new case have a bond of no more than $500 set on that.
Thank you. And given the given everything involved, I am going to honor the bond amount requested in the warrant, $500, cash or secured, and order pretrial services supervision for Mr. Ure if bond is posted. The arraignment date for that matter will be next Friday, the 21st at 1:30. And I do believe bond is appropriate for the separate felony case. I'm going to set that at $2,500 cash secured with pretrial services supervision as well. Preliminary hearing date will be November the 25th at 1:30. All right, sir. That's all I have for you. You're excused.
Moreno. Get up. Get up.
So the parties will bear with us for just 1 second. I need to clarify something with the clerk.
Sure.
Here, here's the warrant. Take care of this real quick. All right. All right. Thank you very much for bearing with me on that one, folks. Ma'am, can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Lisa Marino, 11/30/78, sir.
All right. Good evening. This is time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a couple of different matters. The first that we'll take care of real quick here is a case involving the alleged possession of narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia from earlier today. I believe the state is moving to dismiss without prejudice. Is that right, Mr. Goodman?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Ms. Marino, on the first matter, I will grant this. I'm sorry. Depends any objection to the motion?
No objection.
Then, Ms. Marino, I'm going to grant the state's request to dismiss your new felony case without prejudice, which means the state may bring it back if they so elect, but for now you won't be held to answer on that. Your second matter involves a misdemeanor case out of the Tucson City Court. And this relates to charges of possession of drug paraphernalia, criminal trespass in the third degree, shoplifting, and repeats of the other the same offenses. I just remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. I believe you're already being held on a separate matter. Jail, can we confirm there's an adult probation hold for Miss Moreno?
There is, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, Ms. Moreno, you're being held on another matter that's not before me this evening. So what I'm going to do in your city court matter is set a little bit of a delayed hearing so that you can hopefully get your probation matter resolved. I'm going to set a hearing for you on December the 19th at 9 a.m. in front of Judge Sarah Mayhew. And I'm going to appoint the city public defender's office to represent you. I won't hold you on this case since you're already being held on the probation matter. But if you are released on that, you need to make sure and get to the courthouse on December 19th. You understand?
Moreno.
Yes. Right.
All right, ma'am. Well, thank you very much. You're excused. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Juan Carlos Rivas, January 27, 1990.
Step your initial here. You're being seen here this evening on two different matters. First involves a felony complaint of possession of a narcotic drug and possession of drug paraphernalia, allegedly occurring earlier today. The second involves a charge of DUI, also earlier today. Remind you, you have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney. And on your felony matter, I'm going to appoint the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. And on your city matter, I'm going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing. So if you have any questions or concerns or want to say anything, please talk with him before saying anything out loud, okay? All right. I read the interim complaint as well as pretrial services report and the state's recommendation. You note Mr. Rivas is not pending on any other holds or matters. He was rated a 1 and a 1 on the NCAA FTA scales, and he was deemed steps diversion eligible. He has no criminal history to speak of. Anything else to add from the state?
Nothing really further to add, Your Honor. This is somebody I would offer the program to, so I would really urge him to show up, because if he does, I will offer him that program.
Okay. Thank you. Defense, would you like a moment to talk with your client about the STEP Score program? Seems you have the
Sure.
supervisor of the program on the line here, so it seems like it's a pretty good offer, but give you a minute.
Sure.
That's why.
All right. I explained steps hearing to Mr. Rivas, and he's more than willing to partake in it. So we'll waive time for the PH date.
Okay. All right, Mr. Rios, I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services. It's an arm of the court designed to help folks make sure and comply with all conditions of release set by the court and to make their court dates. So basically, if they call you and tell you you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply. You understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs. And I will set 2 hearings for you. The first will be for the SEPS court evaluation. So you can hopefully have your case disposed of in an alternate means. As Mr. Goodman just stated, it's very important that you show up for this and comply with all of the requirements for the program. That hearing is going to be on November the 24th at 9 a.m. at the Pima County Superior Court. The next will be a hearing just in case that first one doesn't go forward or the STEPS program doesn't work out for you. That hearing is going to be on December 30th at 1:30 in the afternoon at the Pima County Justice Court.
Very well.
And on your city court matter, I'm going to set a hearing for you in front of Judge Verena on December the 11th at 9 a.m. That's going to be at the Tucson City Court, which is also in downtown Tucson, just a couple blocks away from the Superior Court and Justice Court. I will release you on promise that you'll appear at that hearing. Can you promise me you'll appear, sir?
Yes, sir.
All right. And I'm releasing you on promise. I'm going to order that you not possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, that you not drive without a valid license. As I said, I am going to appoint the City Public Defender's Office to represent you. Lastly, I will advise you, you have a right to be presumed innocent and to have all the state bear the burden of proof of your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. I am entering pleas under your behalf of not guilty. And lastly, I'll advise you that you have the right to attend all hearings in your case, to include a trial where you are presumed innocent again, and the state is the party responsible for proving otherwise. However, if you fail to attend any hearing in your case, that hearing or trial could proceed in your absence. You could have new charges filed against you or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Additionally, if you're found guilty at a trial and are unable to be sentenced within 90 days because of your own absence, then you may lose the right to appeal your conviction. Do you understand all that, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. You got a lot of court dates coming up, but you're going to have a lot of folks in your corner with the city and the county public defender's office. Please make sure and communicate with them and with pretrial services, and do not miss any hearings, okay?
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much, sir. You're excused. Good luck.
Okay, cool. Yeah, real.
Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Alejandra Villarreal, October 16, 1986.
Ms. Villarreal, good evening. This time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen here this evening based on a charges, of possession of a dangerous drug and possession of drug paraphernalia allegedly occurring earlier today. To remind you, you do have the right to remain silent, and anything you say can be held against you. You also have the right to an attorney, and I'm appointing the Pima County Public Defender's Office to represent you. The attorney seated right next to you is going to be assisting you in this hearing, so if you have any questions or concerns, please speak with him before saying anything out loud, okay? All right, I've reviewed the interim complaint, the pretrial services report, and state's recommendation. Don't note any other holds or matters for Ms. Villarreal. She was rated a 4 and a 5 on the NCAFTA scales and was deemed steps diversion eligible and does not have any felony criminal history. State's recommendation is for pretrial services release with a steps court evaluation. Anything else to add from the state?
Your Honor, the state's aware, at least per the pretrial report, she has a city court warrant, but that matter doesn't appear too old. It seems like the case is only 30 days old. So the state's okay releasing her to pretrial and setting a steps court hearing. I'm willing to screen her for the program.
All right. Thank you very much, sir. Defense?
Nothing to add. We'll waive time for the PH to set the steps here.
Okay. All right, Ms. Riel, inclined to agree with the state. I'm going to release you to the supervision of pretrial services, which is an arm of the court designed to help folks make sure and comply with all conditions of release and orders that are issued by the court. So I'm going to release you to their supervision. So if they call you and tell you need to do something or be somewhere, you need to comply. Do you understand? I'm going to order that you not
Yes.
possess or consume any alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to set 2 hearings for you. The first will be so you can be screened for the STEPS court program, which is essentially a way for you to hopefully get your case disposed of without having to consider a plea or a trial. It's very important that you attend this hearing on time and participate in good faith. That hearing is going to be on November the 24th at 9 a.m. at the Pima County Superior Court. And just in case that hearing doesn't go forward or doesn't end successfully, I'm going to set a preliminary hearing date for you on December the 30th at 1:30. And the last matter we have for you, ma'am, is a city court case that Mr. Goodman just referenced. This involves charges of criminal trespass in the 3rd degree. I'm going to set a hearing for you in that case in front of Judge Maldonado on December the 15th at 9 a.m. at the Tucson City Court. I will release you if you promise me you'll appear at that hearing. Can you do that?
Yes.
Thank you. I will release you on that promise. I'm going to order that you not go back to wherever this matter allegedly occurred. And that's it. You'll be released later this evening. Please make sure and communicate with pretrial services and your attorneys, and good luck. Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. And I believe the last matter is a Ajo misdemeanor. So I will excuse both counsel. Thank you very much, and have a nice evening.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your Honor. Have a good night.
All right. Good evening. Can you please tell me your full name and date of birth?
Tyler Vincent Lopez, 2/20/94.
Lopez, good evening. It's time set for your initial appearance. You're being seen based on a warrant for your arrest. Sorry, 1 second. Yeah, it's a warrant issued for your arrest on a charge of shoplifting. Just to remind you, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can be used against you. All right, so I don't believe you're being held on any other matters. So I'm going to give you a chance to deal with this. I'm going to set a hearing for you on November the 25th at 9:30 in the morning in front of Judge David Miller here in the Pima County Justice Court. Do you know where that is?
Yes.
All right, if I release you, you promise me you will be here in Tucson at the Justice Court on the 25th.
Yes. Hey, can I call in too?
I'm sorry?
Am I able to call in too?
No, I'm going to set this hearing for you. If you wish to try to appear in an alternate manner, then you're going to have to contact the court and arrange for that separately. Otherwise, you're going to have to be here at the court. Do you understand?
Yes.
Then I'll release you on your promise. Again, that hearing is going to be November the 25th at 9:30 in front of Judge Miller. I'm going to order that you not have any contact of any kind with any alleged victim or go back to where this allegedly occurred, okay?
Okay.
That's all I have for you, sir. Thank you. You're excused.